Hello and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla, and today I will be your cosmic guide as we read for your new moon in Aries. As always, this is a collective message, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I will, of course, talk a little bit about the astrology for this new moon and what that means for us as a collective and for yourself. But before that, I want to take a quick second to thank the real sponsor of this channel, you. Your comments, your shares, your presence here, it's what keeps me making these videos, and it's what gave me the confidence to build what I'm about to tell you about, which actually leads me to something I've been quietly working on behind the scenes. I'm expanding House of Astralis with a monthly membership community called the Astral Commons. It's a space for real inner work where we use tarot archetypes and astrology as lenses for shadow work and growth together, but at your own pace. And of course, no tarot experience is needed. I'm not going to go into full detail today because I want to have everything properly set up for you first. But if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, keep an eye out. The link to learn more will be in the description when it's live, and I'll be sharing this very soon because the first month will start in May. So thank you again. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and let's get back to today's video. This new moon in Aries will be on April 17th, and this one is not subtle. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's fire, it's forward motion, it's the energy of someone who sees what needs to be done and just does it. New moons in Aries are always about initiation, but this one has a lot more going on beneath the surface. Right now, we have seen 7 astrological bodies all gathered in Aries at once. The Sun, the Moon, Mars, Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, and Chiron. That is a significant amount of energy all pointed in the same direction, in the same house, in the same area of your life. Plans are coming together fast. Movement is happening, something is opening up that wasn't available before. But here's the part that matters most. This new moon is sitting right next to Chiron, the wounded healer. And that changes the tone of this lunation. This isn't just about bold new beginnings for the fun of it. This is about having the courage to go deeper than the surface. Chiron asks us to look at the root cause, not the symptom. Not the thing that's annoying you on the outside, but what's actually underneath it. What's been driving the pattern. Where has the wound been quietly running the show? This energy is direct. It's not asking you to sit with it indefinitely or process it slowly. Aries doesn't do slow. It's asking you to be brave enough to look at it, address it, and move forward, even if that means swallowing your pride. Even if that means finally just letting something go and moving on. Aries reminds us that healing isn't always soft and gentle. Sometimes it looks like decisive action. Sometimes it looks like finally saying the thing, making the move, or walking away from what's been keeping you stuck. The questions you can sit with right now are, what have I been circling around instead of facing directly? Where is it time to stop managing the symptom and adjust what's actually causing the pain? And what bold first step does this next chapter actually require of me? This is your call to action. This is the action that Aries is inviting you to take. And with that, let's pull some cards. Now, today we have 2 piles. We have pile number 1, 81, leadership, and pile number 2, self-discipline. So I'll go ahead and give you a moment to pick which pile you would like to tune into. Both, one or the other, totally up to you, and I will see you on the other side. Hello and welcome back, pile 1. We have your cards laid out here, and I want to touch a little bit on the leadership card that came out because clearly this is part of your overall theme and maybe some things that have been coming up for you recently. But also, this is Aries in form in these cards here. We think about Aries and the Emperor leadership, and this card is definitely hinting at that. So this new moon could even be a call to leadership and asking yourself where perhaps your wounds and self-criticism are around this topic in order for you to overcome them and shine the best that you can. It's funny because in this numerology deck, number 1 is new beginnings, and it's the orange color, as you can see on the outside here. So definitely 1, the initiate with Aries and, the first of the zodiac. So I think that's really cool that Aries is coming up and showing up here in this reading, of course. And with that, the leadership in Aries is asking you to begin with the Page of Swords. So I see this as something you've already sort of had either on top of your mind or maybe some experience with, but you never took that to its full capabilities. Maybe you never stepped up into leadership regarding this. And with the page, it's being able to actually start to implement it and learn, be curious, be innovative, even have a chance to start where you are now so that you can grow into leadership, so that you can grow into the knight and then the queen and the king of swords. We all start from somewhere, and it's okay to not know everything at first. And as a sword, it's definitely, the intellect, the mind, writing, communication. So there's something in that realm. I just heard third house too. So third house is about that, just that communication. So what is in your third house? What rules your third house? Maybe that can paint a better picture for you. I also just heard media. So if you're trying to do some sort of media, whether that's social media for yourself as an influencer or as a channel and something you're trying to grow, or if it's for an already established channel like the news, media, publishing, whatever that looks like for you, this is where your new beginning is being called to. And we have the Seven of Wands coming up as the wound. This is asking you to address it. And Seven of Wands is really the having your guard up, all these walls and all these barriers, maybe not allowing yourself to be this novice and this beginner and to be curious. So the wounds can be addressed by being curious. It's about going deeper than the surface level. It's reading between the lines as well. It can be as simple as I have my guard up because people have made fun of me in the past, and then being able to look in between what that situation was and how it actually makes you feel. I think there's a lot deeper that you can go here. This card is representing the root of the wound. In the imagery, it clearly looks like a fortress, some walls built up, and strategically as well. You can see here that the flower comes through because there's an opportunity for growth within the small little gaps that there are. There's an opportunity to grow and to plant something nourishing here in the wound. I'm getting the imagery of kind of digging up the current soil, the current roots, and placing a different seed so that that seed grows and intermingles with the current wound, the narrative, the block, the wall, so that it learns to soften and it learns to be okay with the new growth and expansion and nature. It's okay with being able to give space. Because your healing requires death, like it requires a rebirth, and it requires you. Oh, that's okay, that's what that was. The digging up. With the scythe here, it's like digging up all of the outgrown weeds and the soil, the dirt, so that you can plant new things. This wall, your wound here, the Seven of Wands, can be put to rest. Put it to rest. It's done with its job now. It's time for a new beginning, that rebirth. We're in a new cycle here with this new moon in Aries, new lunar year. So it's asking you to come to terms with what needs to end and do it. And leave it behind. Time for a new life, a new year, new you. Heavy rebirth energy. And that is actually interesting because it's one of the numerology cards, and I believe it has that number 1 quality to it too. It's literally orange. Yeah, I found it. It's orange. The star itself, rebirth. So I think that's really lovely because it gives you an opportunity and even confirmation that, yeah, this old wound has to go. In order for you to truly heal and truly start anew, start fresh without the burdens, it's time to accept that this new cycle has to take place. Death, of course, can feel like an ending, but it's also a beginning for this new cycle and for a new you. And you've done this before. You're resilient in some way, in some sort of other thing that you've gone through, something similar. With the swords here, I'm being drawn to sort of that metaphor in the sense that we tell ourselves things every day and we allow ourselves to be conditioned by them. So why not give ourselves something new to rely on in our mental space, in our thoughts, a new tool. And this is also drawing from The Four Elements by Don Miguel Ruiz, because I've recently finished that, and some of the things he says in that book is coming through here, but it's just like really put an end to the old stuff, whatever's clogging your mind, and face it, because you have the strength already clearly with the words that you tell yourself, the magic in our words, so might as well use them for good instead of harming ourselves with them. There's plenty of tools out there. And Six of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite myth is the people going across the river or the body of water into a new, better side. Perhaps the grass is greener there. So you've been able to move on and transition. Oh, transition. Death. Death itself is a transition. Leadership and the Page of Swords is a transition in itself as well. Being able to go from point A to point B. And it, of course, isn't always linear, but it also doesn't always look the same. And it can be very drastic. Point A can look totally different from point B. So you've gone through hardship before and you've overcome them. Or at least you're still here. So now is a chance for you to do it again. I guess that's what life is. It's always transitions of some sort and doing it again and again, just in different phases and in different phases of our life. It's taking up the mantle of Aries and Mars itself. Aries is not worried about doing something. Someone recently told me it's that Aries shoots first and then aims. So Aries is just going to go for it without worrying about the logistics and the fear itself, because even if Aries does feel fear, it's going to go anyways. It's going to face this transition and welcome it, even, because at the end of the day, it's growth, it's fire. The fire of Aries transmutes and cleanses this stagnation, and I think that's a beautiful way to end off your reading, pile one. It's being able to step into your own inner leadership too. It can be with a plethora of things, of course, but really being able to begin again within yourself, your life in general, your thoughts, your mind, and your narrative, who you are. It's like having a persona or being able to reinvent yourself, like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. I think that's really lovely for you, pile one, during this season, during this time until the next new moon in Taurus. So, pile one, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, and I hope to see you next month. I'll either see you in the next pile or I'll see you in the next reading. Hello and welcome, pile 2, to your reading. You chose number 41, Self-Discipline, and I want to show you something really cool about this deck. The numerology deck that I showed pile 1 is that the number 1 card, the New Beginnings, is orange, and so with 41 we have that one in the self-discipline, but the new beginning aspect, the Aries, the initiatory energy. So I think that's really cool. I wanted to show that to you real quick, especially because you are being asked to begin, and this is like a severing, of course. This can be in so many aspects of your life, and I think because this is a collective reading, it's just the energy of no, something has to change. This is no longer what is needed. Put an end to things. And pile 1 had death too. So when I laid this down, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool, because I think it's a collective energy. I think I already said that, but the energy around us is asking us all as a collective in general to start again, to put to rest the things that are no longer serving us. And this comes with Aries too. Aries is going to do it. This is the start of a new lunar cycle. So this Aries energy is asking you to finally wield that damn scythe. Wield it. And with self-discipline here, it's putting an end to whatever you are doing to self-sabotage. Whatever you are doing that's preventing you from acting boldly and courageously and taking steps to live your life better and in the way that your soul would like to. Now, Temperance coming up as the wound is interesting because I got something very literal when I just looked at this card, and it's drinking. So if you have a wound around consuming too much alcohol or consuming things in excess, I think you really have to address it and come back to moderation. And that's different for so many people, and it's not easy to quit cold turkey. And I'm actually talking to a friend who's going through their own moderation within their own self-discipline. And okay, that's another thing there, but they are able to approach it in a different way, and I think it's really lovely because it's not one size fits all. It's moderation for me is going to look totally different to moderation for you. And so when you have the self-discipline, oh, I even love that the temperance is looking over here at self-discipline. And even okay, we put the death and the temperance together. It's like temperance is mocking death a little bit. You know, they're kind of having a stare down. Death is saying, you need to cut this out. Quit drinking. Quit doing this, harming yourself. And so maybe looking at the root cause of why you have to feel the need to escape and feel the need to be in excess, I think that would be really helpful to reflect on. And reflecting, I started The Alchemist again. So the preface of it is, I think the story of, was it Dionysus? Looking at the river or the body of water, you know, being obsessed with his image. And the river itself, at least in The Alchemist, the story, says that it liked when Dionysus looked into itself into the water because the river was able to see its own reflection in Dionysus' eyes. So I think, I don't know, just that story of reflection here, being able to take a good look at yourself, your actions, and what you do on a day-to-day life. Aries is asking you to do that. Address yourself. Ooh, self-discipline, self-addressing. And, you know, again, first house, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So I think that's all encompassing here. Excess. It's time for moderation. And oh, speaking of moderation, the Page of Pentacles is here to say, look, it doesn't happen overnight. It really can take some time and some good examination about your values, your ideals, and how to actually go about these things, these types of healing, because one size doesn't fit all. I can say that again and again, but truly your story is your own. So the bold action here is being able to be okay and confront it, first of all, but know that healing isn't linear and you've got this. It's really just about taking that first step, no matter how small it may be. It's getting clear with yourself and telling yourself that you are going to do what you can do to better yourself, to be courageous in this and face those demons, face whatever's lurking in that water so that you can come out and live on top. And of course, the pages can also represent your inner child, and I think a lot of us do have wounds about the inner child, and we have an inner child, an inner teenager within us that is angry, and being able to examine that and, you know, try to heal as much as we can, in turn heals what we are facing every day. The trauma, you know, however minimized or explosive as it can be for all of us. It's about being able to face that so that you can come at it with curiosity and being able to be proud of your accomplishments. I just heard too, no matter what they are, your accomplishments, hold your values dearly and do what you can to uphold them. And lastly, the Ace of Wands shows up. I see this as help, like literally, quite literally a helping hand, like receiving support. Perhaps reach out to your support system, and if they don't support you, then there will be a different support system. This can be professionals, your family. If it is regarding addiction or alcohol in general, there's, you know, like AA, stuff like that. Like there is support to help you take up the baton for yourself and wield it. It's an opportunity for you to start anew. So this is the fire with the wand, and the fire is being able to really start some stuff. So kind of burn bridges that no longer serve you, even if that's a one little bridge at a time. The strength is Aries itself. Aries season is giving you the opportunity and the helping hand. You can look at where Aries and Mars are in your chart and maybe see if that can point to anything. So I love here that with the spread we have death, an ending, and a beginning, and we also have Ace of Wands at the end, which is a beginning. No matter what happens, it's you being able to have this cycle. And I believe I said this in the last pile, is that we are always going to face similar problems, just in different phases of our lives, and they will look different. They will have different faces. So this loop here is asking you to really take a look at something. And with Aries being so filled up this season, this time around, with 5 to 6 planetary bodies get in it at any given time right now, it's wild. So this part of your chart may be really activating, and if not, you at least have the energy of Aries to really go through with this and face things and be a trailblazer. Have self-discipline. Again, learning what your values are and sticking to them, being impeccable about that, not selling yourself short and not putting yourself lower than you actually are. A lot of these themes do come up in the 4 agreements. Honestly, even I think the last pile I was talking about it, so it might be worth it for you. I plan on having this book in a review for next year, for 2026 books that will come out next year. But honestly, I think there's some good nuggets of information here and 4 simple things to do. So I think Aries' season is just an opportunity for these new beginnings, regardless of what they are. The strength to start again, to start this new journey. So I think that's a great place to end it. Pile 2, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here, allowing me to read for you. Thank you for your time and energy, and I hope to see you next month in the memberships and getting started on some shadow work. I guess that's kind of it here, right? Really being able to have reflections about ourselves and face things. So with that, pile 2, I'll either see you in the first pile or I'll see you in my next reading.